Hello and welcome back to the channel and back to this wonderful Monday that I don't have to work. I got my truck out here in the yard because today we're going to be installing a tune and delete full kit on this 2014 Ram 2500. So as you can see, got the full 5-inch straight pipe exhaust in the bed. Come up here, and here is our Easy Link tuner. And here is all of our emissions crap. So this truck is going to be going to the Mexico-Canadian border, so it's not gonna be here in the USA. So yeah, don't have to worry about the EPA and stuff. But like I said, it's not my truck and it's not gonna be here in the United States, and I'm also not in the United States right now. So anyway, shouldn't be too bad. I did it on my truck. It's gonna take about probably roughly, if everything goes smooth, maybe 4 hours maybe. This truck has a few more miles on it than mine, so the stuff in here is just a little bit more, you know, seized up just from the way the heat expands stuff. But unlike mine, this one doesn't have rock lights, so I can pull the wheel well liner out pretty easy and get to that downpipe. So I think the downpipe is what's going to cause the most problems. And then on the inside, I have to figure out where to mount a switch. So the truck is dirty. Think about washing it maybe, but the previous owner had a little, I'm assuming it was either lights or it was a little horn inside here, and it's not in the truck anymore. So I'm thinking about trying to get this out and using this hole as the CSP 4 or 5 switch, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to put you up on the tripod on time lapse, and I'm going to start to pull the stuff off here. So okay, so I've spent a little bit of time getting this EGR Delete done, and as you can see, I have this side off. That side's almost completely done. I'm not doing a, not deleting that butterfly valve, or whatever you call it, down there. So mine doesn't have it, so I'm not doing it on this one, because when I did it on mine, it didn't want to seal properly, and I blew the gasket, so I had to get a new gasket. So I'm not doing it. Unless you're going for high horsepower, you really don't need it. The plates on, tightened down, gaskets, cleaned the surfaces up, used a scraper tool nice and gently, and then I used a Scotch-Brite pad to clean the surface off. That's all done. Everything's unplugged. On this side, have the this comes in 2 pieces here, and there's a clamp, so it's very tight in here, but you just gotta be patient. First time ever doing this, it will take some time, but got the clamp off, and then I took this back piece off first, and I took this front piece off. So here is the front piece that I took off, and there's a clamp that goes here. So this sits in there. It's a little bent a little bit. So this sits in there roughly something like that, I think. I don't remember. It's a little bent, but it's in there something like that. But that comes off, a bunch of bolts. This comes off, you don't put that back on. You do need the bolts though, you take out the bottom of that, which are these 13mm bolts. They're very long. You will need to reuse, I believe, one of them, maybe two. I know one at least. And then you will lose a lot of coolant, so I would suggest either keeping the intake on if you don't want to put a bag over it, or if you want to have more room in here, take the piping off and put a bag over it. So that will take care of not getting coolant in there. You will lose some coolant, so you will need some new coolant, which I already have a bottle of it, a big jug. So next thing is we're going to be taking off this coolant feed, getting rid of this, and we're going to install a new one. I can't remember actually. Let's go look. I can't remember if we install a plug or if we just go and put a whole new one on there. So yeah, looks like we just put a whole new one on there. So that little gold fitting down there with a clamp on it, we put a new one on there. So we'll have to do that. But honestly, it's been about an hour and a half, and that's all it took. And I mean, just take your time, like I said, and it'll all work out. But I'm getting ready to put the gaskets on the ports here and tighten that plate down. Now that plate is, or these are made of, oh, I'm assuming they're made of zinc. They're not magnetized, so be careful. You can't use a magnet to get these off here. So just be careful doing that. And I'm gonna tighten the crap out of those because it's tightening on steel versus these. These are tightening into aluminum, so you don't want to tighten them too much and break them. So I tighten them snug enough. If for some reason they're not snug enough, I'll tighten down just a little bit more, but they should be good. Okay, real quick before we move on. I've always had problems with this hose, this OEM piece right here. And I had a problem with it on my other truck, or my truck at least. And my solution was to spray the bottom with PP Blaster, take the valve cover off and the injector harness cover, and put a pipe wrench on it and start turning it. And it is proper thread, so it just goes, you know, normal, lefty right, or righty, yeah, righty tight, lefty loosely. So finally got to break loose, and it is an absolute pain. So that's just a really quick update, and we'll see in a minute whenever I make more progress. It is extremely hot out here, and I still have sunburn from UCC, so I'm just adding on top of it. But other than the switch on the fly tuning switch, the engine bay is completely wrapped up, and then I put my intake back on, obviously, and I'm going to tackle the exhaust now. But everything's all buttoned up. You don't reuse this plug, so yeah, everything's tightened down. So I guess I'm going to start on the exhaust. Yay. So we'll catch up to you whenever I get the exhaust off. Got the exhaust almost all the way off, just got to do the downpipe. But as you can see, might reuse that rubber hanger, don't know yet, but I would say we're about 80% there. So I took this wheel well liner out as well. Changed my shirt because I was burning up, but took this wheel well liner out as well, so I can get to access to that clamp. So we're gonna keep chugging along. So as you can see, we got the exhaust on, but the truck is actually not tuned because for some reason the technician, when you do the information, there is no ECU profile. So not really too sure what we're gonna do. I might just give it back to my buddy, and then he's got to contact them, because I've done, you know, everything I can. But if you look at the screen up here, it gives you multiple error messages saying that you only have 50 miles till it goes into basically limp mode. So we'll see what he wants to do, but I'll give you an update when we figure it out. It's been about 2 days since the last clip because I was waiting on tunes. I don't know what happened between CTT tuning and EZ-Link, but something got lost. So finally got the tunes in, and I'm actually getting ready to hop in the truck and load the tunes. So let's get to doing that. I'm actually in the middle of my route. Figured I'd stop by here, get these tunes loaded. So it's off my mind. Okay, so on the inside in here, we have our shift on the fly switch right here. There was already a hole here. I just modified it so it works with this. And then I did not mount the cell phone holder because I don't know where he wants that. If it was me, I'd probably do somewhere in here maybe. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and get this started. So we'll connect to it. ECU profiles. We'll go ahead and put the key in, I guess. And we'll go through the steps. So I believe this right here is the tune we're going to use. I don't know if it'll work, or sorry, I don't know if it'll focus. It'll work, but I don't know if it'll focus. So we're going to go with this one. This should be the one that we're looking for. I'll go ahead and turn the key on. Please turn ignition to off position. Hit continue. Please ignition on the run without cranking the engine. Continue. Installing. This might take a few minutes, so we'll see. But we'll catch up to you when it's done. Please place ignition into off position. Continue. Continue. Place ignition on the run position without cranking the engine. Continue. Installation was complete successfully. Let's go. So that should be fully tuned. So let's get back out of here, back to the dashboard. And let's see how it goes. Here we go. No check engine lights. Sounds like it's running good. So I'm actually going to go back to work, and once I get off work, we're going to take this to my buddy, and he's got to do the transmission relearn. I'm not going to do the transmission relearn, but yeah. So should be pretty sweet. Got all the gauges up here. I've never actually used EZ-Link, but for $1,400, you know, I guess you get what you pay for. So pretty sweet. You can run diagnostics, data logs, stuff like that, and then you also have your technician right there for help, and they can, you know, check out your ECU and all that stuff, and pretty much tune it with you. So, but we're gonna get back to work, and we'll catch up to you whenever I get off work. I think it's water. Yep, water. There was water coming out of the front. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Got the truck tuned and deleted, and he absolutely loves it. Got the EZ-Link. The problem was with those CTT tuning and EZ-Link, the tunes didn't come in when they should have, so I had to wait for those to come in, but they are all uploaded. So he has a switch on the fly tune, a little switch with 0 to 180 horsepower, and also had transmission tuning. So he is good to go. He's gonna go do the relearn process, and I'll catch up to him here in a day or so and see how he's doing. But that's gonna end off this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and we'll check you in the next one.